How's it going, everybody? This is Dave from This Is Pop Punk Promotions. I'm here with Interpersonal from St. Louis, Missouri. How's it going?
Going good, man. How are you?
Doing great. Really appreciate you coming on. Let's dive right into it. So, when and how did you guys form?
We formed in 2019. I was not in the band then at that point, but the band did form in 2019, and put out a self-titled EP in 2020, and then Intervisions in 2021. 2021, and then I joined in early or late 2022. And then our singer at that point left after our first tour, and then we have our full lineup now with our new singer. So we're doing good. Very excited.
Heck yeah, man. So, you're from St. Louis, Missouri. How's the
Yeah.
pop punk alternative rock scene there? Do you guys have a favorite local band, favorite venue?
Um, the scene in St. Louis is very diverse. There's some really awesome pop punk bands like Uncanny Valley. We're really close friends with them. Fight Back Mountain, which is kind of pop punk, but kind of has like a grungy emo thing going on too. But one of the things that's really big in St. Louis, honestly, is hardcore. We have a really, really tight knit and strong hardcore scene. If you have a show, I mean, people just show out and pack venues like Platypus or Sinkhole, um, which are two of our favorites to play. But I mean, speaking for myself, there's no doubt when I say the best band from St. Louis right now is a band called Squint. Squint is incredible. They're signed to Sunday Drive Records. And actually, the vocalist of Squint is featured on vocals on our new record on the title track.
That's sick, man. I never would have guessed that St. Louis has a really dope hardcore scene.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's been strong now for many years. I mean, like some pretty big bands have come out of the scene, particularly a band like Time and Pressure. They were like kind of carrying the flag for the really fast melodic hardcore bands like, Carry On or Count Me Out and some early Have Heart, that kind of a sound. Almost youth crewy. But yeah, like there's some really just like ass beater, heavy hardcore stuff. Our bass player plays in a hardcore band called Maladjust, which shares members with another heavy hardcore band called Direct Measure. So I mean, a lot of awesome bands, man. I mean, we have honestly a really good scene, and we have really good like people who work in the scene and who have bands. Guys like Wes Hoffman, he's amazing, and he's helped us out a lot, and he really like takes a lot of care to nurture the scene, which is really cool.
Wes is my boy. I love him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's helped us out a lot, and I mean, he and I have been friends for a while, so he's been always a cool dude. I love Wes.
Heck yeah, man. So, who would you say your biggest influences are?
Um, so I think for interpersonal now, our biggest influences for the new record were bands like I said before when you and I were talking off mic. I know it's not super cool, but they were pretty foundational for us growing up, but brand new. Particularly Devil and God and Daisy era. So like kind of that emo post-hardcore noisy sound. A lot of that crept in. A lot of Title Fight, Basement, Citizen, Peripheral Vision era turnover. Um, and like Sunny Day Real Estate, Smashing Pumpkins, stuff like that, like some of the like Failure, some of those 90s bands that were really, really awesome. All that kind of stuff kind of got wrapped up into it, our initial pop punk sound, and we just kind of expanded on it. So I'd say probably those bands were really big for us. A little bit of Super Heaven, Thrice, stuff like that.
So, here's the $1 million question for you. If you could tour with one of
Yeah,
those bands, which one?
actually, easy question. Or easy answer, Title Fight, because it would be a reunion tour, and every room would be booked and packed, so it'd be like crazy every single night. That would be a blast. And also, I'd get to see Title Fight however many nights.
That would be absolutely incredible. There would just be like, kids constantly stage diving and
I
just
know.
hanging from the lights
It'd
and
be so
constantly throwing
awesome, man.
down, and it'd be absolutely incredible.
That'd be the dream, man. That's what you want. I want stage diving all the time, man.
More stage dives, the better.
Oh, 100%. I just saw One Step Closer in Koyo and Anxious, and it was Stage Dive City. It was awesome.
That must have been really sick. I'm jealous.
Oh, it was so sick. It was Probably the best show I've seen all year.
Interesting. So now I'm going to ask you some non-music questions. It's a good way for me
All
to get
right.
to know you as a person. I did this with the other bands. Are you ready?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
All right, first one, favorite holiday.
Halloween. I'm born the day I was born the day after Halloween at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm always a Halloween guy. I love everything to do with October and fall and horror engine. It's my thing. I mean, like I told you before, I was in a goth rock band before this band, so it kind of lends itself to it.
What's your favorite costume of all time?
I had some pretty good ones. My favorite one was probably my senior year of college. I had a big party at this house I was living at, and I was Snake Plissken from Escape from New York, and it was pretty sick.
I have not seen that. I'm gonna have to go and watch it now.
Oh, dude, I cannot recommend Escape from New York enough. I mean, I that's one of the best John Carpenter films. I mean, he's probably my favorite filmmaker. So like, it's just that's like prime John Carpenter.
Right on. So if you could be any superhero, which one?
Um, hmm, that's tough because like I'd want powers, but like part of me leans towards Batman because I just that would be just so cool to be Batman. I mean, obviously the trauma part is not cool to have, but the I don't know, just to live in Gotham City would be cool. That Art Deco, Gothic look of like that's all that's around me, and I am the night. I'd be the Kevin Conroy Batman from the animated series. That'd be awesome.
That'd be dope. Can't go wrong
Yeah,
with that, man. That's classic.
no, you really can't.
So would you rather, if you had the opportunity to either go back in time or go to the future, which one?
Man, that's tough actually, because there's a lot of things in the past I'd want to see. However, yeah, I think I'd probably pick the future because I late at night, when you get existential and anxious about dying, um, one of my biggest things is like, man, one of my biggest regrets is like I'm gonna die before we get anything really cool, like technology wise. Like in my mind, it's like we could have like this utopian Gene Roddenberry, like Star Trek: The Next Generation future, and I would never know about it. So yeah, I'd probably pick the future.
That's an interesting answer, just because I feel like most people say past.
Yeah, I mean, like now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that won't happen at all. Maybe like everything goes to hell. But it could be cool. We might have that utopian future that like I said, like a Gene Roddenberry utopian future that like he envisioned in for Star Trek. That'd be awesome.
Hey, to each his own. So if you could go back in time and talk to one world leader or person of influence, who would it be?
Hmm. Man, that's a good question. I feel like as an American, one of the people I'd want to talk to would be Abraham Lincoln because I feel like he was like a really good embodiment of what an American president should be. And obviously, he wasn't perfect, but I feel like he was very much like an embodiment of an American president. But I don't know. Part of me also feels like if I could speak to some of the really interesting thinkers of like the beat poet era, like Allen Ginsberg and stuff like that, that would be probably an interesting conversation. Um, Cormac McCarthy, those kinds of guys, some really interesting authors. I feel like I could have some cool conversations with them too.
That's a cool answer. I like it. Keeping things interesting,
Yeah,
fresh.
yeah. I'm
So if you had $1 million and you could donate it to any charity, which one?
not well versed on existing charities, but I'd probably one thing I would want to do is probably help end some sort of homeless issue because it is a big problem in our country. Um, and obviously that's a multi-layered question because you have to look at wealth inequality and the drug crisis and the issue in housing prices right now too. So that'd be a multi-layered problem to tackle. But I mean, I think that's a valiant one.
That's a good answer. Can never
Yeah.
go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, last question. What are some places in St. Louis that visitors should check out?
Oh man. This is the wrong question to ask me because I could go on forever because I feel St. Louis gets a bad rap all the time. Um, but I think St. Louis is like an underrated gem of this country. I think we have a lot to offer, and just like a lot of people just don't know where to go when they come here. Um, you can skip the arch. Like it's cool to see, but like I don't know, it's not that cool. Um, Places you should go. I mean, we have probably the best zoo in the country, and it's free. You should go to the zoo. You should go to the Forest Park area. All of those museums are free, and they're really amazing, really cool. Um, I'm a big craft beer guy, and we have some of the best craft breweries in the country. We've got Four Hands, we've got Heavy Riff, we've got Perennial, we've got Side Project. You can skip Schlafly. We've got Second Shift. We've got Urban Chestnut. So I mean, do like a brewery tour. That would be awesome. Um, and see some local music because I think St. Louis has an incredible I hate calling it a local scene, but it is local to us. But because I like to think of people as just bands, because I think that word gets a little stigmatized because like, oh, I don't want to go see a local band. They're just a band because you wouldn't call a band from another city a local band. So we have amazing bands here, and it's always really cool when new people who are not like inundated in the scene come out and they go, "Damn, that was a really great show. I've been to a lot of like big concerts, but this was a lot of fun." And I'm like, I hope to see you at the next one.
So then when I fly out there and visit St. Louis again, you can take me to all those places, especially the shows and the breweries.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you got me with the
I'll be your perfect
brewery.
tour guide for that.
I'm a big craft beer guy, so I feel you on that one. So when you said that, it got me really thirsty, and now more motivation to go and visit St. Louis again.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Well, I really
It's
appreciate
it's
you, man.
amazing. But yeah, no, thank you. I mean, I appreciate you taking the time and wanting to talk to me. I'm very excited for people to hear our new record. Not 100% sure when it comes out yet because we are waiting on the mixes and masters. But we'll be dropping some singles here soon.
Keep me posted. I'll throw it up on the pages, and then go from there. And the support means the world to me. Love what you guys are doing, and just keep fighting the good fight.
Absolutely, man. And you too. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
So for the people that are going to watch this interview later, where can they find your music at?
We are on all streaming sites under Interpersonal. We also are on our Bandcamp, and then you can find us on pretty much all social media as like Interpersonal Music or Interpersonal Mo. I think it's Interpersonal Music now.
Do what the man says. Go to the websites, listen to music, buy merch, support local music.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Or just like shoot us a message and have a conversation with us. We'll happily talk music with you. We got a lot of nerds in this band.
More reason to support them.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I hope you have a great day, and we'll chat soon.
Thanks, man. You too.
Of course, peace.
Peace out.